All right, and we are live. We have some very special guests this week. We have the crew, Becky, Adam, and Cam from Paradise Skis. Thank you guys for joining us and welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So, can you guys tell us a little bit?
We have the delayed studio audience.
We have the delayed studio audience. It's hot. It's sweating right now. So can you tell us a little bit about you guys, what you do, and Paradise Skis?
Sure. We're a new ski company. We're out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Cam and I started it up in 2020, kind of out of the pandemic. We added Becky pretty much right away. Handles all the marketing and all the social media stuff that as engineers we're not too good at. And we kind of saw an opportunity. You guys, I'm sure, know the microbrewery scene kind of exploded, and that kind of led into micro ski companies, I guess, in the States in a lot of ways. And that hadn't really happened in Canada yet. So we thought, hey, what a good opportunity for us here.
Micro brews and micro skis, that goes perfectly together.
Mm-hmm.
Synergy.
Yeah, we're the only ski company in our whole province, and one of the very few in Western Canada and the Rockies at all. So
that just seems so insane to me that an area that has probably some of the best skiing on the planet, that you guys are the only or the first ones in your province.
It was insane to us too. That's what we looked around. We're like, what's going on here? You know, Alberta has 4.5 million people, and we didn't have a ski company, and some of the biggest mountain terrain in the world, really.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So
for a slice of that pie, competing with the big dogs.
there you go. Right.
Not like the East Coast where it's just ice and mud, right, Brian?
Yes, you guys have actual snow,
powder.
Which, we're very envious of. Then again, we do have Big Snow, which is the only 365-day ski resort in North America. It is indoors, 180 feet of vertical, but we do have it. So
it counts.
It's something, right?
Yeah.
Because and what's funny, we talked to some of the folks from Big Snow, and we're like, well, how long is it going to be till we have like an indoor Whistler Blackcomb somewhere? Because it sounds crazy now.
The most interesting thing is going to be going to a football game after or before going skiing.
See, we can do that here. The CFL runs until November, and it's probably,
nice.
You sit in the cold, and you could probably come home from skiing and then go to a football game.
Look at that.
See, I like that.
See, and Mario, you were talking about your stepson maybe going to school. I think he's
maybe going to Wilcox, Saskatchewan. So he got it to Notre Dame up there. So
congratulations.
He's looking to be a hound. So we'll see. Maybe not this year. We're thinking of holding him one more year because Corona's like crazy. We're supposed to go next month, so got to visit the family. My wife's from Winnipeg, so go Jets.
We agree. Okay, we're divided.
We're divided. This is a Flames house. Come on.
Hey, I'm an Islander fan, and Brian's
I'm a Penguins fan, so we hate each other right now, and I hate him way more right now.
We're battling it out. Hey, I called it in 6, Brian.
That play that Jari made in overtime was just. I mean, I could have made a better outlet pass than that. It's neither here nor there at the moment. So what was your guys' inspiration? I know we kind of talked about you saying that there was no ski company in your province. What was your inspiration? And was there like a single moment that made you go, all right, tomorrow we're starting this company, we're building our own skis?
So Cam and I are both mechanical engineers. We've been into skiing since we were, could walk basically.
Since your first mullet?
Since the first mullet. And Cam had been designing ski equipment for his honors right in university. I'd been applying to ski companies as a new grad, like K2, anyone who would take an application basically. And then we kind of sold out and went into oil and gas anyway.
Got to keep the lights on.
That's it.
Yeah. So we always kind of had this idea to start a company, and we've been living together for a few years. And then the pandemic, hit us, and we both went work from home, so we don't tell our full-time job bosses, I guess, but, we had a lot more time on our hands than normal.
I hear you. We don't say a word about that.
Yeah.
You
And,
also like blur your faces and like change your voices too.
That'll work.
yeah,
Do the silhouette with the I used to have a ski company and
so we still have those jobs, but to pay for everything. But yeah, so the pandemic hit, we had time, and we kind of put those plans into action, I guess.
nice.
That's very cool. So when did you guys make your first pair of skis? I mean, you guys have the mechanical engineering background, and you guys said you started in 2020. But was there like a couple of years ago? Did you ever just like play with it, just try to build something, and actually take it out there and ski on it?
So my first design was actually Snowboard Bindings is what I started working with. And then I did a few projects in school, designing kind of different composite layups for snowboards, ski and board. So I was playing around with those things in university, and then we designed up the prototypes basically over the summer, and then we got them made for the fall there. So we dove right in, and we worked with our manufacturer very helpful. They kind of held our hand through a few few of the rough parts of the design and stuff that we needed help with. But yeah, so our first actual getting on the skis was late November, I think. Eh?
Yeah.
2020.
So
Wow. So how was that moment? Was that like a really like surreal moment when you got on the skis that you designed and actually took them down a hill?
it was scary.
I can imagine, like, am I going to snap my leg right now, or is everything going to be cool and they're going to be great skis, right?
We'd already sold a few pairs, and like, just pre-sold family and friends, and of course we thought they'd be good, but you didn't really know until you got on them. And so we got on them, and it was a kind of a relief for me anyway.
That's awesome.
The skis are actually pretty rad, and we all enjoy skiing them now. So yeah.
You think of like that Wright brothers first flight thing where they just kind of go and they crash, right? Like that's running through your mind probably like, this is the first test. We, set the expectation low, right? But
Yeah.
Did you guys have? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
We kind of blew our own expectations out of the water. Like we knew they'd be pretty good skis, but we're getting some really good reviews, and even for ourselves, like our old skis are now in the trash quite quickly, and we're
that's awesome.
And yeah, it's we're excited for the next year as we get some more prototypes and stuff built up for the summer here.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Becky.
I was just gonna say, like, Adam and I had chatted in the fall about the company a bit, and I was like, oh, okay, guys, yeah, you made a ski, like, a little hesitant, and then I got on them in January, and I was like, oh, dang, guys, these are actually pretty good, like, this is sweet. So it was like pretty fun to jump on with them, but yeah, it's like surprising, and now we like try to get all our friends ripping on them and our parents and everything, so it's been pretty sweet.
That's
awesome.
so cool. And did you guys have any prototypes that you had to build out before you went? Because I know you guys have pretty much two skis right now, right? The red and the blue.
Yeah.
Is there like a handmade prototype you have to make before you take it to the manufacturer to build in bulk?
So that's what we're going to start doing. Partly because of the pandemic, partly because of us wanting to kind of launch this winter. We, instead of prototyping anything, we took a look at every other ski we kind of wanted to be like, and kind of Frankensteined it together out of existence. So Cam and I kind of had quite a few weeks there where we just tried as many skis as we could.
Nice.
And took those aspects of it and kind of fed it into SolidWorks, our 3D modeling program, and came up with what you see now, like on the website, which was our first design. So that was part of the anxiety around it, is we never really did a big prototyping phase this year.
Wow.
So what do you think about a highfalutin ski bum ski? Just throwing it out there. We got a cool logo. We look kind of cool. Maybe collaborate with Brian. I don't know.
I'm a designer by trade.
On the tail.
Right?
An orange ski. That'd be the orange ski.
Well, one orange ski, one blue ski.
Yeah, that's right. 1 and 1.
Yeah. Now, I'm still fascinated by the whole manufacturing process. So, how many different materials? Actually, let's not even scrap that question. So, where are you guys doing your manufacturing now? Is it local? Is it overseas?
So it is overseas. We kind of went through a phase where we had to interview a ton of factories. Cam and I really early identified the first way to fail as a ski company is to start your own factory right away.
Big, like upfront costs, right?
Huge upfront cost and huge quality control issues. So we actually started calling around pretty much a lot of guys in the industry, and I kind of want to show Jason Leventhal. He was on your podcast.
Yep.
Called him, had some good advice for us. Like,
very cool.
Super good industry. Guys are super willing to like give us some advice. And yeah, biggest piece was don't start a factory. Go find an existing factory and do the designs, because they'll help you through a lot of the pitfalls.
Yeah, so we talked to Moment, we talked to Never Summer, we talked to Fatipus and Folsom, who else? Seago Skis. Just kind of interviewed all these founders of the companies, and they were all really easy to work with. And then the one guy we did get good vibes from was the Liberty. And Jared over there, he sort of inadvertently, we'd already stumbled upon this factory, but he had such good things to say about his factory, and we ended up going with them after some more interviewing and sort of pricing out. So our factory, it's called. Are we allowed to say? I'm not sure.
It's up to you.
Hey, it's your call. If you want to keep it secretive.
Yeah, we're out of the same factory as some of the bigger brands that you guys would be familiar with in the States. Several of the sort of Colorado, Idaho kind of base brands are all manufactured out there, and then as well a couple of the East Coast brands that aren't made in Canada or in Europe. So yeah,
it's really cool that everybody's willing to work with you and collaborate, right? Like they're very helpful. Seems like everybody was pretty helpful.
Yeah, surprisingly, actually, we thought it would be a little bit more hostile, but everyone
you get the hang-ups, right?
Just one. We won't say who, but they came back with a nasty email saying, "I've worked for 10 years for this," and then an hour later he said,
"Not just going to tell you, right?"
Sorry about that. Like, here's some more basic advice, but I can't give away everything. So he said that. So yeah, no, they were pretty good.
If you want to say what the brand rhymes with, you could do that.
Oh yeah, we could trash
without calling him out.
No bad
sounds
vibes.
Like
All good vibes.
Right, you want to put positivity into the world, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So how is it then picking the materials you want to use for the ski? Is it kind of something it's boilerplate, or is it something you have to? That's what kind of is like the secret sauce, is whether you have different levels of wood or carbon or fiberglass.
Part of it is honestly what continent you're based out of. You're gonna have different options to materials. So being overseas in China is where our skis are made. You kind of have a certain selection of woods available to you that, sure you can import anything, but your costs are going to go up. So you kind of want to use what's local around the area your factory is as a start. And then from there, you do get into a bit more of the secret sauce. Everyone's going to have carbon fiber. Everyone's going to have kind of the same plastics available to them, but it's how you combine them.
In terms of the flex of your ski and what's actually in the guts of it, there's lots of ways to bake a cake, I guess. So you could get the same feeling ski from mixing and matching different materials. So I would say there's a lot of ways to make a good ski and a lot of ways to make a bad ski, but in the general sense, there's a lot of ways to make the same ski almost. So coming together, like we had fun choosing materials, and there's all sorts of different things you can get into with triaxial carbon fiber versus quad axial, or even just going with biaxial. You get different properties, but then if you change the thickness of your core by 1 millimeter, you have to restart from scratch. So
that's what I was surprised when you said you didn't prototype, because you think there'd be so many different varieties and so many, like I said, different ways to make the cake. You put a little bit more poplar in there, or a little bit less carbon fiber to get a different feel.
Yeah, our manufacturer was able to do a few different core prototypes up for us, because that's where the meat and potatoes are, and they worked out a few. Like, they didn't get the flex profile that we were after right on the first one either. So we said, here's what we think we want, here's what we've designed, and then we were able to kind of tune it in kind of with them. So,
but I guess you design it, and then it really depends how it reacts based on the materials, right? So it's kind of like you could make the same design with different materials, have a totally different ski, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot of trial and error, I imagine.
It is. And that's why we kind of had them hold our hand a bit on this first batch, just to, especially to launch 2020. I don't think we're gonna go a year without prototyping again. I don't think we can handle it, but mentally and physically. But yeah,
Well, if you need help prototyping, you let Brian and I know. We might be able to help out.
Like I said, Big Snow 365. I can go test out anything any day you need.
I'm working remote now. I could, be in Canada, sneak across the border. There's a Lobo I know in Dakotas that might be able to get me across.
Yeah, come up, visit your son in Saskatchewan there, and we're like a hop away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about renting out a place, because I'm going to be going back and forth.
Yeah, same band.
Yeah.
Same Banff, exactly.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
So-
no.
Who do you guys have as your skier target audience right now?
So our skis right now, we've got 2 skis and 1 split board. So the skis, we've got one backcountry specific, super light, full carbon ski, and that's obviously geared to your backcountry skier who's looking for a ski that performs well, but is light enough to get you up on the uphill without any problems. And at the same time, it's not going to be a terrible, chattery mess on the way down. So that's our kind of advanced, not a mountaineering ski, not a ski-mo ski, but your average backcountry skier. And then our other ski, the red ski, the all-mountain one, it's targeted for kind of the advanced, intermediate, free ride skier. So it's not a full twin tip, it's not a park ski. It carves amazingly well for rip and groomers, but it also has a lot of fun in your knee-deep powder days and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of anywhere in between there, and we wanted to capture a wide audience with our all-mountain ski.
And the other thing that's pretty interesting too is we're gender neutral, so we're not targeting like a specific gender as well. So we have people that are, girls, guys, and everything in between ripping on these skis, which is pretty neat. And I kind of refer to it as the ultimate dad chasing ski. So I have a lot of fun because my dad just goes through the trees and he's just like, like the old style skier. And these are the only things I can keep up to him with. So that's pretty sweet too, to just have that kind of connection as well.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was checking out the skis, and I actually did a ski tour back in March with my sister out in Colorado, and I'm looking for a pair of backcountry skis, and I saw your guys, the blue, and I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. 104, like the specs of it were like perfect. Because again, I was looking at a bunch of other brands, and it was like, those are too wide, those are too narrow. I'm like, this just seems perfect.
Yeah, we
It's
made
like Goldilocks. Brian's a little,
Hey, I'm a man who demands perfection. I will not settle. I shan't.
You shouldn't.
Right? Life's too short.
That's right.
But yeah, we made the skis, especially this year, so they could appeal to virtually any ski conditions and any type of person, really.
Awesome.
The one place we maybe need to improve is we have a bunch of friends who are 6 feet. Cam and I are both relatively short.
I'm 5'4".
Yeah, and we didn't build a 190 ski this year.
We
That's
also,
the melon big and fat, right? The tall and fat.
Yeah, so that's probably where an area of growth for us is appealing to our bigger buddies.
How about for a 400-pound ski? Do you have skis for that? Somebody that's big and girthy. Somebody that's
Might need a specially designed chairlift for that.
Like an Andre the Giant ski.
well, with COVID now, he rides a lift by himself, so it's okay.
This is true. So what were some of the biggest challenges that you guys faced in this year, especially with starting a new business? I know you guys probably had like a million obstacles, like you said, trying to figure out your manufacturing, like the actual the prototyping, them sending you the right one. Like, what was the biggest challenges you guys faced?
So the big ones right at the start were shipping and like you said, manufacturing. All the cost of materials went up. Shipping rates were through the roof. Pretty much across the board, getting skis to North America and then getting them to our customers. And then on the marketing side, we had a huge challenge.
Yeah, this year was pretty nuts, especially like starting up because we couldn't do any demo days. Like we couldn't get on the hills and
That's true.
Right? Like, so any events that we could normally throw were gone. So what we ended up doing was obviously like within the restrictions of our province and everything is we ended up throwing a lot of like après barbecues in the parking lot.
Nice.
There you go.
I like that.
Putting our logo up, blasting some tunes and just like trying to get people to just chat with us was essentially. So what actually became really big for us was word of mouth marketing this year. And just, I mean, like, shout out to everybody locally too. Like, we had so much fun with people in the industry here, and they were just so happy to help us. So that really helped too. But yeah, it was nuts. Like, honestly, trying to come up with like creative ways to keep people engaged with us was insane, because the normal things just didn't work this year.
Yeah, we were dropping skis off. We'd organize demos over Instagram and or social media, however we could. Drop them off at people's houses, give them to them for a couple days. No collateral on our end, but just take them. We know where you live.
Thank you, man. I know where you live.
Yeah, like I was just thinking, like, what else could you do besides give stuff away?
Yeah,
that's kind of like you had to be very creative, like you said.
Yeah, no, it was quite the thing, and like. Yeah. Just there was a couple other local organizations that popped up this year, and we're just like, hey, you guys are in the same boat. Let's do this, right? And it worked for all of us. But yeah, quite a crazy year.
Yeah.
Did you find it was like more of a think tank that you were locked down during COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Like,
right? You can't go out and like run around, like, because everybody's schedule is going to get super busy now, and you're going to be pulled. I got to go here, I got to go there. Now you're like central. So in a way, did that help?
I think we probably skied more than we normally would, even just getting out in that way. Normally you'd have weekend plans and birthdays and weddings and stuff to attend.
Dude, I've used COVID as an excuse to skip everything. I'm not going to a graduation, and I know my sister doesn't listen to the podcast. So I'm like, I'm skipping his graduation because I'm getting the dog groomed. That's what I'm doing. Hopefully that doesn't come back to get me, but
I skipped my own graduation, so I'm on board.
Smart.
That's awesome.
And how is it for you guys? Like, what's your home mountain? Is it Banff?
Yeah, Banff. So Sunshine, Lake Louise, Norquay are kind of our big three.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're called the big three up here.
Yeah.
And then Cam and I usually get into like Whitefish a lot. We get into Fernie, Revelstoke, Red. Pretty much all the Western Canada resorts we try to strike out to. I'd say I've never actually been to Whistler, and that might surprise some people. But the Albertan skiing is a lot different than I think the West Coast.
You'd have to pass Revelstoke to get to it. So in a way, why would you bother?
Why would you pass it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, pre-Vail, Whistler was awesome.
So I got a short list. If you're ever on the East Coast, you got to try Camelback and Shawnee. Those are two. No, don't even.
I haven't even heard.
I know.
You're tiny little mountains,
and you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. It's like it's pretty much the places that are
like what?
It's the places that are like 2 hours from New York City. So everyone from New York and New Jersey goes to them. There's like 750 feet of vertical. It's crowded. It's icy.
But if you're looking for somebody to try out,
Jersey.
If you're looking for a 4XL to try out some skis, that's where you'll find them.
Hey, like, what do the kits look like down there? Is there a lot of burger? Like, what's going on?
It's a lot of starter jackets and jeans.
Jeans.
It's a scene.
Yeah. Jeans, leather jackets.
That's a tough sell, guys.
You're telling us. I did take my son to one of those places a bunch. I have a little 3-year-old, and I've taken him like 4 or 5 times this year to learn there, which was awesome. Again, it's like for that sort of scene, it's perfect.
It's perfect for learning. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, I was, a little snobby now. I've been to some fancy places.
Go to Whitefish, but it's like so hard to get to. There's no airport near there. You got to drive.
Yeah. So kind of special we were. We're 5 hours away, door to door right here. And that's totally feasible for a weekend trip,
Totally.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Skied Whitefish a ton, and no crowds there. Like, it's pretty chill place. It's obviously, if you've been, how special Whitefish is.
Nice.
We haven't, but it's actually on our very short list for this upcoming season.
It's worth going to.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
It's one of my top goals for this season. We'll see.
So could you guys actually get there this year with restrictions?
No.
No, right?
The border's been locked down pretty much for a year now for us. So we're
that's where we were when they locked the border.
Yeah.
That's actually a funny story.
Oh, really?
We were on a ski trip going down into Whitefish on a bus together, actually. And we all get this news update, like border is closed or whatever. So we would have to quarantine when we come back, and we're all freaking out. Like, are we going to be able to get home? Are we able to keep going on the ski trip? We were like 2 hours away from the U.S. border. as
Wow.
COVID hit. It was cool. And then we had the last. In hindsight, it was cool.
Yeah.
It's a story, at least, right?
Yeah.
My son was in Whistler that same time, and we're like, you got to get the hell home.
Yeah.
Because I'm his stepdad. He was with his dad, and we're like, no, you got to get home now. Like
Yeah.
they're closing the border, dude.
Yeah. I was
No,
in
it's
Florida.
fine.
Actually. So same thing. My friends were calling me. They're like, it's time to get home. Like,
Yeah. But we just got some fresh pow.
So did you guys actually go to Whitefish then, or did you have to turn around?
We did. So sorry, Becky wasn't there, but Cam was there. We had a big blowout. Like we knew the world was changed basically, and the bars were closing kind of at the end of the week.
Oh,
The last 2 days of Whitefish, and it was an unbelievable party. Like holy cow.
ship's going down. You better party it up while you can.
We did.
Lockdown's
I
coming.
remember going out drinking Wednesday, and then it was Monday. I don't know what happened.
That's what it was like.
Yeah, Whitefish
Think about
has
if
a-
they open everything up and they were going to lockdown again. It's gonna be pandemonium.
Oh yeah.
It'd be crazy.
We're big fans of Calgary Stampede, which just got the
Didn't
go
happen.
today. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's going to be a big blowout. We're going to be about a couple days out of restrictions, and I think that'll be a big one.
Yeehaw.
Nice.
Oh, it is happening this year.
Yeah.
It just announced
may-
4 hours ago. Yeah.
I may be there.
Yeah.
I'm putting that back on the list.
They
Yeah.
just announced the NFL is going to have, I think, only 2 stadiums are not going to have full capacity in the fall. So,
Wow.
positive things are happening.
Getting excited now.
And that's why. And
My wife's
back,
been raving about the Stampede for a while. So,
So good.
so
yeah.
I'm going to go back in time 10 minutes. The reason why I asked about where you guys usually ski is was it awesome with no Americans there this year?
I miss the Americans.
Really?
Yeah. It's always fun getting the stories from you guys on the chairlifts.
That's what I was going to say, actually, was the thing that kind of was hard and like sad about this year is we couldn't ride the chairlifts together. So you didn't realize like how much of a weird social that was in some ways, and just chatting to any like random stranger on the chairlift, like that wasn't a thing here. Like you had to ride up with your cohort or by yourself.
Wow.
One thing we did
You just look at the next person next to you, be like, yeah, we're brothers. That's it. I don't care if he's 10 feet in black. That's fine. That's my brother. We'll ride the chairlift together.
We're
Keep
all
it going.
God's
Keep it
children.
going. Let's go. Fire it up.
Here.
So was it actually was it like a big capacity difference this year that you guys saw?
Yes and no. Yes, because like the total number of people is less, but since you have to ride chairlifts like either by yourself or with 2 people, 3 people, whatever it was, the lineups were just insane.
Okay.
These fronts.
Wow.
So
Yeah, because you're not maxing out the chairs and kind of cranking people out as fast as possible, right?
So it felt like the busiest season ever, but I'm sure the actual like total number of people going to the ski hills wasn't as high. What we did notice is Cam and I are big backcountry skiers, and the backcountry was packed.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they were saying that there was more backcountry deaths in North America this year, by like almost double than last year. Because again, a lot of people were going out there, a lot of people didn't know what they were doing, and a lot of people paid the price because of that. Because there was a lot of those big dumpings, especially in like Colorado and was it I think Montana or Idaho. There's a couple other places, but mostly Colorado had it, at least down in the States.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of that here too.
Mhm. We had really high winds this year, like uncharacteristically high winds, so that really threw the stuff for a loop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a weird year for that, for sure.
So now that you've got your first year under your belt, I'm sure you've learned a ton of lessons. Is there anything you guys are ready to change up or tweak for this upcoming season in terms of your product line and how you guys are going to proceed?
Yeah, so the product line for next year is going to be the same. We've kind of decided to go to 2-year cycles for skis, which is probably a bit different. Shapes, I don't think a lot of brands don't change their shapes too much. They change their graphics a lot of the time.
And raise the price.
And raise the price, exactly. So we're trying to change that up as well and just go to a 2-year product cycle. So everything will be the same for next season. But then we are planning for 2022, 23 already. So
wow.
we're actually working on those designs right now, just so we can get those prototypes out for the fall here and try to ski season on them. So
Oh, very
Now,
cool.
you said you interviewed or applied at K2. Now, let's say you guys are successful and you buy K2.
Yes.
How many people you fire in the first day? First day one.
Look at me. I'm the CEO now.
Yeah. We'll fire the.
Is that a dream?
Lady from 7 years ago.
Yeah. I'm doing a full review of the HR department that saw my resume and didn't hire me.
There you go.
That's right. Who's this guy? I need this guy. You're in HR. Like, who's this person?
Go full Vince McMahon. You're fired.
We got a special town hall today. We're gonna fire this guy in front of everybody.
Awesome.
We'll throw some promotions in there. Whoever suggested bringing back the retro K2 lineups and things like that,
they can stay.
Yeah.
So I know you guys. You got your line out now. You got the red, the blue, and you got your green split board. Do you guys have down the road like a dream collaboration you want to do? Because I know when I talked to Jay Leventhal, that's he was talking about they've done some cool skis with some different artists, and he wants to do something with Wu-Tang. How about you guys? Do you have a dream collab?
Oh, Wu-Tang will be good.
I was gonna say we're already working with Boomtang a little bit, which is kind of fun.
Boom!
Nice.
There you go.
Boomtang,
yeah.
which I don't know if you guys have heard of out of this area too, but it's a girls' collective. But
how about Little Nas X, Little Yachty?
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang is different than Wu-Tang. Yeah.
Wu-Tang is Wu-Tang.
But, I don't know. One of the big things that I've been talking to the boys about, which would be super fun, is there's the goggle company and the ski eyewear company, Sun God. So I always think Sun God in Paradise would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whole brand is kind of based around that like spring skiing vibe, kind of beach day on skis. So kind of collabing with a company like that would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
As far as an artist go, I haven't really thought about that side too much.
Yeah, there's a few Calgary artists that are sort of fairly famous within the Rocky Mountain area here that have done other ski company brands, and they do some murals and things like that. So locally, we've got lots of artists. I think that would be fun to work with. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like a dream collab for myself, like there's a few pros I won't name drop right now, but that I've got my eye on if we were ever big enough to kind of have them drop their own sponsor and come over with us. And like some of those guys deserve their own skis. And there's a handful of skiers out there that of course have their own, but there's a lot of guys that you put their name on a ski and people are going to want to buy it. So that'd be fun for us too. And as we grow.
How about the best hockey player ever, Vladimir Putin? 10 goals every year.
Wayne Gretzky has nothing on Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, I don't think I can say no on the internet. So yeah, totally down with that.
I mean, we have. I don't know if you've seen his most recent video. We scored like 10 goals in a game against plenty of ex-hockey. I think Pavel Bure was on the same team, and he had like maybe
somebody
an assist.
Shatter him like glass, and then that's it.
That's Mario who said that. I, for one, love to see Putin's magical hockey performances.
I want to see him with a mullet too.
Yeah, it's uncanny how Vladimir, best hockey player in the world. Who would have thought?
Right?
Well,
Machine.
I heard they tied North Korea for the championships.
Oh, nice. That would be perfect.
That's the Mighty Ducks 4. Like Russia versus North Korea.
Yeah.
Gordon Bombay. Vladimir Putin.
That's right.
All right, guys. So anything else you guys want to tell us about Paradise? Anything else you're working on? And where can people follow you and send you money and buy your skis?
Yeah, check us out, paradiseskis.com. We're out of Calgary. If you're ever in town, look us up. We're on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Instagram's probably our busiest one right now. If you want to try a ski that's kind of going to be good in any conditions and give a new brand a try, look us up.
Supporting local businesses.
And if you're an angel investor, you could always send them like a few Bitcoin. That works too, right?
Yeah.
It never hurts.
Do you guys accept Bitcoin now?
We might have to start pretty quick here.
Somebody wants to donate, just.
We have to figure out what it is. At least I do.
Yeah, it's all
we're finally entering retail for next year. So if you're in the local Calgary or Canmore area, there'll be a couple shops we'll be promoting our grand openings probably in the fall here and things like that. But yeah, for now, our main business will just be online, and yeah, check us out. And we appreciate you guys taking the time today. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, our
Very
pleasure.
cool.
Thank you guys for taking time to tell us your story and to share your vision. And we're excited for you guys. Anything we do to help promote it, just happy to do
Yeah.
so.
We'll be telling everybody we know.
Means a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank
might
you.
need a couple.
Becky, Adam, Cam, Paradise Skis. Check them out.
Woohoo!
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
That's it.
Take care.